Hi, my name is Ron, and this is the second video that I've made related to the skid plates that I make. You know, there were just a few guys who wanted me to make a skid plate that would cover the back of the battery. One of them was my friend Paul. He's kind of a snowbird. I think he lives in Colorado and then spends the winter in California. He likes to ride the beach. And he was the first one that pushed me to uh, do a skid plate that's full length. So I finally worked out the details and I made this skid plate, and it covers the entire length of the back of the battery, and that battery is kind of honeycombed the way it's designed to mount. So it collects a lot of sand and dirt. This thing with the flares here, it kind of deflects the dirt and the sand that comes up, and it's just easier to clean. And because we got the slick side out, it's real easy just to hit it with a hose and rinse the dirt off. Uh, Obviously, it's wider, so it does like the smaller skid plate that I make. It protects that magnetic sensor. And these little flares really give a lot of strength to the, if it falls on the battery, depending on where it hits, it's going to offer some support. And these letters here, I really put those, wanted just something reflective at night. So these are 3M reflective, and it made sense to put the RAD on there. And I put a little rubber bumper here that kind of maintains a space between the frame and the skid plate, so when dirt gets in there and stuff, it doesn't mess up the paint. But there's a specific way to put these on, install these, and let me show you how. Because if you do it like the old skid plate, it won't go well. First thing I recommend is you go down to a hardware store and get two longer bolts. These are 5mm by 0.80 pitch, but having the longer screws and bolts in there just makes it a little bit easier. So first thing you want to do is overlay the top hole for your water bottle mount normally. And you're going to have to apply a little bit of pressure here. Just put it in a couple threads, about 3-4 threads, okay? Then come up and use your second one. And you're going to have to pry the flex plate a little bit to get it to flex, and then start those. Okay, now we're going to tighten those up, and then we'll pick up where to go from there. Okay, then you want to come and put a little WD-40 on this piece here, because you want those rubber bumpers to slide and reposition themselves, as you'll see in just a moment. Then you're going to drop in your zip ties, and on these zip ties, you don't want to tighten them up just yet. You want to click them in just enough to where they won't fall out. Okay, after you've got the zip ties just barely secured, you want to come back to the rear of the plate. You want to use the palm of your hand, and you want to push that skid plate forward. Then you'll use a zip tie, and you'll pull the zip tie up. Then you'll do the same thing to the other side. And then if you'll look in there, you'll see that the zip ties are perfectly positioned, and there's no wires binding or interfering with that plate. And then we'll come around here to the sensor pickup. And you'll notice that it's protected and not being touched or damaged in any way by the skid plate. Then when you're satisfied those are secure, you'll cut the excess off, and then we'll go to the next step. Next thing is take your third zip tie, put it in there. Obviously you're making sure that your little rubber bumper is centered up on the frame. Pull it taut and cut off the excess, and that's it. You're done and ready to ride. Let's see how it looks with the bike up. Here we are. This is the skid plate installed. It's pretty cool, pretty bulletproof, I think. And I don't know, there may be very few people who can benefit from the advantages it offers, but I think, like I say, some of the hunters and stuff might appreciate it. And that's it.